So, dear Sister Shivani G, welcome to Canada. Nice to be with you. And we wanted to have a little chit chat with you, and so you can talk to your Canadian friends, all your brothers and sisters in Canada. We're all quite excited that you're coming in 3.5 months. And you've very generously shared some thoughts about cultivating this inner freedom on a very personal level. But I was trying to pick your brain, as we say, to find out what can we do collectively, because we believe that Baba always says service will be successful when you have cooperation, blessings from everyone. So it's not just one person doing, but it's a whole collective energy. So first of all, I wanted to know. I know you're very busy. You have many programs. Canada is in 3.5 months. But you know where you're going. You've been here before. How do you feel about coming to Canada? What's echoing in your heart and in your mind when you think, "Oh, I'm going to Canada"?
Hope Shanti and good morning. It feels like coming home because, of course, when we think of those 2 years that I was there, 2017 and 2018, one is you remember Baba's centers, but what comes first to the mind is the warmth of the family. It was such a beautiful connect that not for a minute would I feel that I'm meeting people for the first time. That normally does happen when we go to centers and we meet Baba's family, but some places are a little different from the rest. And here it was like an instant connect. It didn't take time to break the ice or to get to know people. So it was like, okay, you've known them before and you're just meeting them again. So it was there's so much warmth and love for Baba, love for family. That is that deepest experience which stays. And of course, then in the programs also, you see the same warmth even in the people who came for the events, which means that also just felt as a part of an extended family. So maybe it's the energy of the country is like that. I don't know. But both places, Baba's family also and the guests also who came, it was that same very different energy, very magical. So really looking forward to those vibrations. Baba will get the seva done, but we get the fortune to be a part of that energy, to be a part of that vibration. And that is so much strengthening. So I'm really looking forward to those vibrations once again. And I'm sure from 2018 to 2025, the vibrations must have only gone higher. So it's going to be even more magical this time.
And it's lovely we have you every time in summer. So one day we'll have to bring you in winter to show you the magic of 5 feet of snow somewhere, -30. One day we'll give you that experience. Tell me, what do you think about the theme? It seems like since we even focus on that theme of inner freedom, I feel almost every Sunday, Avyakt Murlis are really insisting about when are you going to free everyone? When are you going to open the gate to Mukti or Jivan Mukti? And the last Murli, Baba was really saying, if you're not liberated yourself, no way you can liberate. They're waiting for you. So what do you think about that theme of inner freedom?
So many Murlis, Baba talks about our inner freedom, but like you shared in the last few Murlis, the line is so clear that the more you are going to experience your inner freedom, the more you have the power to allow others to experience that inner freedom. And the last Murli, or I think maybe the one Sunday before that, uh, Nirvan Dham. So in Hindi, it was Nirvan Dham. The more you are able to go to the silence world and to be able to stay there in that state of stillness, the more you will be able to stay in the silence world at home in that stillness, the more you will be able to give them the power to go home. So that's like stayed so much inside, like, okay, that's the only thing we have to do actually. We don't have to do anything else. That's the only thing. We work so hard on doing, we have to do this for new people, we have to do this for guests. Baba says you only have to do one thing because right now they just need the power to go home. And which means even before they go home, they will start experiencing that pull, they will start wanting that innate peace. And so Baba has also said in earlier Murlis that the gates will open when every soul on this planet will say, I don't want to live here anymore, I want to go home. But then Why would every soul say that I want to go home? Obviously, they have to experience what it is and they want to experience more of it. And on the other side, of course, there's so much of pain and suffering that they don't want to stay here. So, again, like the drill that we took up last time, the more we will practice going home, not just during meditation, during Amrit Vela, during our evening yoga, but of course, our every hour drill. And then the next step will be while in action. So while in action also, just go home for let's say even 1 second, 2 seconds, because our final stage, or what we saw in what we hear from Dadis about Brahma Baba, or what we saw in Dadis also, they were here, but they were not here. So, and that's what they say about Baba and Mama. They were here, but they were not here. So it's like they were here, they were in action, but they were not here because they were there. So right now, we are not even experiencing, I mean, I would say for myself, if I sit in meditation for 1 hour, I'm not experiencing that seed stage for 1 hour. It's so much of still up and down, come down again, go up. So I feel I'm far away from where we have to be. So if I'm not able to do it still, even when I'm sitting, and then I have to do it in the middle of activity, pause for 1 minute and do it. But then reach the third stage of being there during activity. So it seems as if it's still very far from where I am right now. But then that's why Baba says only one word in every murli is like practice, 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 and practice will make it happen. So, but also during the day, it's very important to not get entangled, because it is when we get entangled with situations or with people's behaviors, then those are the thoughts on the mind. And that is the only reason why we are not able to go home. So it's both are connected. The more we practice going home, the more we will remain detached. But the more we also practice remaining detached in situations, the easier it will be to go home. So both will get connected to each other.
I think these thoughts will help us in our personal practice and journey as well. What would you suggest we can do in Canada before you come? We have still about 3.5 months. How do you think we can collectively make a difference? Instead of just being busy preparing, focus on the program, what should we do collectively and how can we do it to, I don't know, take this opportunity to make this programs even more exceptional?
First of all, to accept that the program is happening for me. Each one has to say, this program is happening for me. At this time of the cycle, with so much happening around, Baba has given me this opportunity to work on myself. So to forget this thing that we are doing this for other people. Baba can touch any soul and bring them to the center. So really, he does not need to have such big events for just getting those few souls to the center. So every time we have to say, this program is happening for me, so that I get this time, this intent, this energy to work on myself. Because as a family, most of the time we just come from Murli class, we meet each other for a few minutes, and we go back, and that's where it ends. But when we have an event like this together, and we are together, whether through the mind or physically working on the project, we are with the family. And that's when we always see that when we come into service together, that's when our nature, there is a little, okay, I am right, you are right, all this, oh no, my idea is right, my opinion is right, we should do it this way, we should not. So that is why if we see in every Murli, for the last maybe few months, every Sunday Murli is emphasizing on one point, that whatever they are, whoever they are, however they behave, whatever is their intent, whatever they're saying to you, in your first thought, you have to create a blessing for them. So that is that practice, that we are not going to allow the other person's words, behavior to be here. They are there. But this practice to immediately create a blessing for them in the first thought, Here I see them saying a word, and here in my first thought, I create a blessing. We all create blessings, but we take time. We sometimes create them after a few hours, after all our waste thoughts are created. It's like, okay, it's okay. Baba said, give good energy. But that's sometimes after a few hours, sometimes it's after a few minutes. So these few months, the second practice will be to reach a stage where giving them a blessing is my first thought. Before I say, why did they do this? How could they do this? It's my first thought is the blessing. Like last Sunday or the Sunday before that, Baba said, only don't say the word why. If you don't say the word why, the power of your blessings can create miracles on the other soul and it can transform them. So that's that second homework we do, that while we are together interacting, not just on the day of the event, but through all these months, so many opinions, so many ideas. On every step, there will be a different opinion. Some we may agree with, some we may not agree with, but just one practice, not a single waste thought, first thought as a blessing. So that itself will help us to work on our stage and it will create that vibration for the program. And of course it's everyone's experience, but I personally feel that what happens on the day of an event, because seeing so many events and every time seeing why is the energy different? Why here it was more powerful, here it's a little lesser, here it is more scattered. Why is energy different in every event? Even though everyone is doing it for Baba, it is Baba's event, then why different energy in different events? And then when you talk to everyone and you see what was happening back end, so I firmly believe that the energy on the day of the event is actually only a reflection of the energy that was created during the preparation of the event. If there was harmony, if there was that collective one thought, and if everybody was meditating specifically for the event, then the day of the event, the energy is magical. I mean, people means the BK family will actually say, we felt Baba was there today in the event. And why will Baba come for the event? Because we have held on to Baba throughout the preparation of the event. We have surrendered the I and we have said, okay, Baba says this, I will do this. And then they feel, and many people say the BK family, today was like Baba Milan. We felt Baba was there on the stage because we held on to Baba throughout the coordination of the event, not just on the day of the event. It doesn't happen if we are in the perfect stage on the day of the event. Even if everybody is in silence and everybody is meditating, it happens if we were practicing that throughout the preparation. So, if we all do this together, this is also the time not just for the VK family to experience that Baba was there, but it is for the guests to take back that experience that yes, this was not a normal event, it was some higher power there. That's how they will start getting connected to Baba.
Do you suggest that maybe we should have special batis nationally, or should we sit in yoga together, or should we do something physical, that will reinforce
If
our
we can
stage?
Yeah, if we can create a commentary specifically also for the event. I mean, that's
Mm.
what many centers in India do. Specifically for the event means it's our meditation, but towards the end of the meditation, it is, Sakash for the event, visualizing the venue, visualizing every soul there, visualizing every soul connecting to Baba. So many centers do this, that for a month or 2 months, they create a meditation commentary. Some of them even meet online daily if they have that thing in their centers of doing Amrit Vela together. Then they, at the end of the Amrit Vela, they do that yoga commentary. Or if they don't meet daily, then at least they meet Sunday online. Even if they can't do it at the center, those who are at the center, they do it at the center. But those who are not at the center, they connect online. So what happens is everybody is meditating for the event also, but when they do it together with the same commentary, again, it's that one collective same thought. Everybody's creating that one collective energy. And of course, it won't be possible there, but in India, what they do is if they're doing it in a ground or something, Then they go 1 week before and they meditate in the ground daily in the morning. And some of them do their morning Murli class at the venue. At the venue. So they do the Murli class and the meditation at the venue. But a collective meditation uh, for the self, but towards the end for the event creates magical results. I've seen that. Also, the energy is very different for everybody on the day of the event because they've all created the same vocabulary. Every thought was the same. So it creates that one thought harmony on the day of the event.
Mm. The family in Halifax has already asked the owners of the venue where the program will be if they can go every Thursday to have a meditation. And they said, yeah, sure, you can come. So they will go every Thursday to have meditation in that location. It's nice.
Yeah.
Just the last little thought, and I know we'll probably have another conversation before you come, but from your perspective, in general, I know connected to your program, but also what you're seeing today in the Brahmin family around the world, wherever you go, what do you feel if we were to say we want to free ourselves from? And one sister said you may also want to free yourself for, but the families, the Brahmin family, but also families in a center. What do you think we want to be free from, or what will be your feeling that if we could just go away from this, there will be miracle in every center?
Freedom is from our dependencies. So maybe we can't generalize it. Maybe everyone needs to check what stays on their mind, that is their dependency. Or what is the desire, that is their dependency. Sometimes, in the name of service, also, we say it's Baba's Seva, and it is Baba's Seva, but to check, is it my subtle desire? It's very subtle because when it's under the cover of seva, we are not seeing the difference that this is seva or this is my subtle desire. But that desire is also my dependency. That is also my trap because I am bonded by something. So when I work on myself and keep checking my thoughts that I need nothing from this, and the result of what will happen will not have any effect on my mind, that is when we are reaching that stage where we are free from whatever is happening outside. But if we can do it in our day to day things throughout, that is why when Baba says, create the blessing in the first thought for the situation and for the people, then really no one stays here. And if no one stays here on the mind and no situation stays on the mind, that's first step of freedom. And if I'm experimenting with that and experiencing that, and then going home will become easier. So I feel these last few Sunday Murlis, every Murli is saying the same thing, which means that is what we all need. And it's sometimes like, but this Murli was of 2004, this Murli was of 2005. The world seemed quite perfect that time compared to what it is right now. But it seems as if that Murli was recorded for 2024-25 because it is so perfect right now. So, like, for example, what happened right now in India. So, we can understand outside people getting affected by it. But sometimes our people also get affected by it. And only reason is because they are reading about it, they are watching it, they are listening to it, it's coming on the phone. And then very soon, it's becoming our emotion. So, Baba says, in your first thought, blessing, not after going through everything and then saying, oh, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Yeah, but we know. Baba says to us every time, you already know what is going to happen and you have to be ready in your first thought. So, I think first thing we need to take care is from technology, even within the Brahmin family. This technology consumption content is not going to allow us to experience freedom. It's not going to. So we've read in the Sakar Murli, Baba said no movies, no novels. But then Baba did not say that time no phone. So we've given ourselves permission to consume content. So every word of any content that we consume, even if it's the news, it creates an emotion. It's not a word. And I, the soul, already have that vice. whether it's lust, whether it's ego, whether it's pain, whether it's sorrow, it's not completely got merged. It is there. I am still working on it. And there I read a word or I see a visual. And when it touches here, that emotion associated that visual is automatically getting created. And that vice, which I was trying to finish, is also again there. So, first freedom, I always nowadays share in every session for law kicks also. 2025 has to be freedom from content consumption. Unless we do freedom from content consumption, freedom from everything else is not possible. That is secondary. It's not possible. But for Baba's family, we really, really need to be strict with ourselves. Maybe we are not consuming movies or anything, but even consuming the world news, you know, is content consumption, which is again triggering similar emotions back in us. So let's do that one homework for at least 15 days or 1 month, that complete restriction of content consumption. Complete. I mean, everybody within the family, we can uninstall all these applications, all these social media handles we don't need on our phone. We don't. If we have to go there to do some work, go onto the laptop, do it, post whatever you have to post for Seva, come out of it. But it's on the phone that it is coming, they're throwing it at us and we're consuming it. So I think the first step we can do is uninstall all these addictive applications on the phone. They're not on my phone. I've uninstalled it many months back. So start install it.
I'm glad I just retired, right? It's good I retired at the newsroom. It'd be more complicated if I was still working at CBC. Anyway, I know we could continue, Shivani Ben, but maybe we can close with maybe just a few minutes where you can share your thoughts in Baba's Remembrance and yoga on how you visualize, the positive energy that we want to visualize and connect with collectively. So you want to share a few thoughts, and then everyone can enjoy your thoughts.
We can also do one thing: write a few thoughts. If you want, I'll share with you today after this, which we call as sankalp, which means in English, which people call it as affirmations. So Baba says any thought that you will repeat will become a reality. It will manifest. So one is meditation, but one is if we just write 4-5 thoughts, which will be for us, but which will also be for the event. And if every soul of the Brahmin family repeats these thoughts daily, which would take like 30 seconds, maybe even lesser than that. And if they can say it with their food and water and energize, that itself will also make the reality what we want it to be. So probably I'll share those with you a little later today. Today I'll send it to you. Yeah. So we can start with doing it right now also. I, the being, I'm Baba's angel. Baba and me combined in the center of the forehead. We all need to see this. It's Baba and me combined. And from here radiates the power of the silent world, the power of complete stillness. And I see this happening, that Baba's vibration from me radiates to every soul at home. It reaches every soul at my workplace. And it's reaching every soul on the planet. Each soul on this planet says, my Baba, Mera Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you, dear Sister Shivani. We're looking forward very much to seeing you here in Canada, but we'll be continuing these little chit chat before you come here.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.